New year, new format. Welcome to the first episode of the new Archery Plus show, our monthly magazine that brings you the best content from athletes, events and experts across the sport throughout the summer. In this programme, we'll be visiting one of last year's breakout performers, speaking to one of the best of all time, and looking forward to the Hyundai Archery World Cup season ahead. While the outdoor season officially started on the 1st of April, warm-up events started back in March. We've already seen India's B team show up in Chinese Taipei. The Olympic champion put on a show on home soil. And European Games places won in Great Britain. It's not just physical archery on the docket in 2023. Archery has been announced as one of the 9 initial sports included in this year's Olympic esports series. Download Tic-Tac-Bow to play today and potentially win a trip to Singapore. 2023 also sees the Hyundai World Archery Championships on the calendar, and that event will act as the primary qualifier for the 2024 Olympic Games. Most of the world's best archers have already been preparing all winter for the competition slate to come. We've been at Lilleshall to catch up with British international Bryony Pitman to find out how she spends her off-season and her thoughts on heading back to Turkey, the scene of an unexpected triumph last year. And it's Bryony Pitman of Great Britain who's taken a circuit gold for the first ever time.
Winter's probably one of my favourite training phases, I guess. I love that you have some time off the competitions and the travel, and I get to work hard in the gym, I get to shoot a lot more. We're here at Lilleshall National Sports Centre today. This is our national training centre for Archery GB. I'm here pretty much every other week at the moment, using the facilities to get ready for the start of the World Cup season. This is actually the first year that I've trained full-time. Before then, I've always been in education at university, trying to balance my training and what used to be my hobby, like learning how to work with that and find other things outside of archery, has been quite challenging. I really love going to the gym. I know that there are some archers that shoot really well without it, but for me, my job is a professional athlete. I'll have maybe like 1 or 2 main lifts in each of my sessions. And then we've got like some accessory work, which will be more around core stability and things like that. It benefits me from a strength point of view, but also a confidence point of view, and knowing that no matter what the conditions, I can go out to a competition and I'm strong enough to deal with whatever is thrown at me. My dad shot for the British field team, and hearing him talk about when he went to this country and did this competition, it always sounded really cool. As I've grown up, as I've started competing a lot more, seeing people like Ida Roman from Mexico, she's another archer that is in the gym a lot, and people like that were probably quite big influences, especially when they've then got Olympic medals to their names as well. I shoot recurve, which is the Olympic discipline of archery. The opportunities have been on the Olympic squad, the national programme, getting that funding to train full-time, and also obviously to go to an Olympic Games. It's been an absolutely incredible experience. I think there's definitely a lot more attention since winning my first World Cup stage and then obviously making the World Cup final as well. This season, I'd like to keep building on what happened last year. I think both individually and as a team. Growing up, there might always be an archer that you aspire to beat at an event, but generally I've found that it's so friendly, and yeah, you do make friends from other teams, and when you see them do well, it is really nice.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Penny and I met on a training camp a few years ago. Our relationship is built from there, and the fact that we went to Antalya last year and have won medals together and had success together. I've just been the person that's been around, and we know how each other shoots, and so she's asked me to kind of help her get the best out of herself. It pushes me to be better, and I think it also has that same effect the other way around. It's been a real privilege and an honour.
Pitman to get right back in the match.
Antalya last year is a bit of a weird one. It was the competition where everything worked in my favour. I'm looking forward to heading back there. We've got a very similar team to the one that we went out there with last year, and obviously we had great team success as well. It wasn't just my individual medal, and so I'm really excited to see what we can do and to have that confidence going into it of we've done this before.
Day to remember.
The opportunities that I've had since starting archery, going to the Olympics, travelling around the world competing, meeting some absolutely amazing people, it's just been something that I couldn't have ever imagined.
From a young archer at the very start of their career to one who's already reached the highest heights of the sport. The legendary Park Sung Hyun, who was the first recurver to break the mystical 1400 point barrier, is now coaching for Korea.
초등학교 4학년 때, 11살 때, 한국 나이 11살 때, 그 클럽 활동처럼 우연하게 접하게 돼서 이제 그때부터 쭉 하게 됐는데 그 감독님의 권유로, 선생님의 권유로 시작하게 됐어요, 처음에.
Target number 2, shooting for the gold medal, representing Korea.
뭐 체격이나 이런 것도 그때 좋았고 그래서 한번 해보지 않겠냐. 수 있는 한국에서도 쉽게 접할 수가 없거든요, 양궁에. 그래서 신기하기도 해서 그때 시작한 게 이제 지금까지 이 자리에 있는 것 같습니다. 왜 잘 쐈는지는 잘 모르겠고 뭐 많은 연습도 했고 그리고 또 좋은 지도자를 만나서 코칭을 잘 받아서 그런 코칭이 나한테 잘 접목이 돼서 기술적으로 완벽하지 않았나 그렇게 생각하고요. 그리고 한국 양궁은 또 코치 그리고 선수 그리고 거기 서포트 해주는 저희 우리 협회까지도 그런 지원이 너무 잘 돼 있었기 때문에 저희 최고의 경기력을 보여주지 않았나 생각합니다. 제일 소중한 첫 번째 올림픽 나갔을 때가 가장 기억도 많이 남고 그때 극적으로 또 단체전을 이겼기 때문에 아직도 그 느낌이 마지막 한 발로 이겼을 때 그 느낌이 아직도 생생하게 그려지고 느껴져요. 그래서 슈팅 순간 내 손에서 떠나는 순간 슬로우 모션처럼 화살이 진짜 10점이 딱 들어가는 느낌이 쫙 그 라인이 화살 라인의 선수들이 다들 보는데 양궁하는 친구들은 다 알 거예요. 화살이 딱 궤적에 날아가는 그 슬로우 모션처럼 시점이 딱 꽂히는 순간 너무 진짜 지금도 소름이 끼치는데 그런 느낌이 아직도 생생하고 아직 그 이후로는 한 번도 그 느낌을 가져보지 못했어요. 훌륭하게 좋은 코치는 결과로 뭔가 선수랑 지도자와 협회에서 모두 만족하는 코치가 훌륭한 것 같고 막연한 코치는 내가 메달을 땄어도 그 메달 과정에 어려움이 있고 고충을 토로하고 대다수 많은 경험을 선수들한테 얘기하고 제가 가지고 있는 그 나만의 포인트도 우리 선수들한테 얘기를 하죠. 근데 내가 얘기하는 게 기술적이든 심리적이든 모든 체력적이든 모든 면에서 사실 나와는 다른 친구 다 다르니까 모든 사람이 다 다르기 때문에 내 기준에 선수를 판단을 하고 내 기준에 맞추려고 하는 게 어려웠어요, 처음엔. 왜냐면 내가 했던 게 있기 때문에 나는 이렇게 했었는데 왜 이 친구들은 왜 안 되지? 이런 생각에 굉장히 많이 부딪히고 나름의 되게 스트레스가 많았고 그거를 좀 이겨내기 위해서 내가 극복하기 위해서 노력을 했던 것 같아요. 근데 시간이 지날수록 코치 선수들과 같이 합을 맞추면서 이제 나의 스타일을 이해를 하고 나도 그 친구들의 스타일을 이해를 하면서 뭔가 중간 지점이 딱 왔던 것 같아요.
It's gold for the Korean.
기본적으로 기술이 좋아야 잘할 수 있지만 그래도 선수들 간의 소통과 지도자의 커뮤니케이션이 잘 이루어져야지 소통이 잘 이루어져야지 된다고 생각을 해요. 그래서 선수들이 사선에서는 선수들하고 같이 게임을 하기 때문에 제일 가까이 있기 때문에 일단 선수들하고 소통, 지도자의 소통 그게 제일 중요하다고 생각합니다.
Korea will start first in this recurve women's team gold medal match.
그건 이제 정해진 거 없어서 모르겠고 근데 일단 올림픽이라는 자체가 운동을 하든 양궁을 하든 하지 않든 모든 분들이 선후배들 모든 분들이 올림픽은 특히나 그 한국 양궁이 메달을 많이 땄고 한국에서도 굉장히 기대하고 있는 종목이어서 그 후배들이 또 그런 부담감을 갖고 파리 올림픽을 준비를 해야 되고 시합을 참가를 해야 되는데 그냥 그런 부담감이 가지 않고 응원으로 좀 응원을 하고 좀 열정을 좀 보내주고 그러고 싶은 마음이 들어요. 근데 사실 선수들한테는 그게 잘 전달이 안 되겠지만 제가 할 수 있는 한국 양궁이 지금 현재 자리를 지키고 파리 올림픽에서 메달을 딸 수 있는 제가 할 수 있는 역량을 좀 발휘해서 도와주고 싶은 마음은 있어요. 보다 더 훌륭한 선수들이 많기 때문에 근데 그렇게 생각해 준다는 거에 너무 감사하고 모든 양궁 선수들이 나를 기억해 준다면야 그건 더욱이나 큰 영광이라고 생각을 해서 중요하게 생각하죠. 양궁장에서 그리고 WA 그리고 전 세계에 있는 모든 양궁인들이 저를 잊기 전까지는 잊지 않을까 싶은데요.
We're days away from the start of the Hyundai Archery World Cup in 2023. What better time to look back at 2022 and a year of surprises.
The Hyundai Archery World Cup was launched in 2006 to breed heroes in the sport's most intense arenas. Experience, skill and determination, the key attributes for an athlete's consistent success. Every so often there's a shift, a turn, a sea of change, a shock, a surprise, a new face on the podium and the start of something new. Enter the year of the underdog.
But Miguel Becerra keeps his dream alive.
Pues siento que este deporte es más como de momentos, o sea, porque le haya ganado una vez no significa que sea un mejor arquero ni para nada. Yo siempre intento aprovechar el momento que estoy tirando, ¿no? Vivir en el presente.
What drives this shift? Sometimes it's failure, missing out on a great goal like the Olympics.
She's done just enough to make it through to the podium here in Antalya.
Yeah, this medal was really important because it showed me that everything is possible. The years before I would be like, I'm the one to watch and I'm maybe afraid. But this year it was more like I was proud to be it.
Or maybe it's a veteran, digging deeper than ever before.
I really prepared myself to believe in myself that I was capable of reaching that top 4 spot.
The bow, and it's into the 10 for our first 150 of the day, and now in the history books as a bronze medalist.
It was like finally after 19 years shooting, I'm there. It was a dream come true for me, truly.
The sport of archery is decided by the smallest of margins, especially at the international level. So when a new face comes along and dominates, let's just say it doesn't go unnoticed.
Don't really know what to say about last year's season other than crazy, whirlwind, not quite what I expected.
Ella Gibson won in Antalya, she won in Paris, and she won in Medellin. Victor of 3 out of 3 stages she shot in 2022, Ella was the hot favourite to become the first new compound women's trophy winner since 2016. Just 3 matches in Tlaxcala stood between Gibson and the grand prize.
So of course I was really nervous and I knew it was my first time there and I wouldn't fully know what to expect. So it was just a bundle of nerves and stress and adrenaline. I started off and I was behind at a point and then I kind of kept my focus and managed to win. Then I had Alejandra, again had a really tough match where it was to every end and every point really mattered. No one really ever got a comfortable lead.
Ref's call. It's been marked up for Ella Gibson, and that means she gets advanced to a 148, and look what it means to her.
Really got to get into a comfortable swing, which I think is what made it a little bit harder for me into my third match.
There it was, the final we'd all been waiting for. The upstart versus the incumbent, the underdog versus the champion. the newcomer versus the undisputed queen of compound archery.
So 29 start for Gibson. A smile on the face. Yes! And matched by Lopez.
And like the other ones, you know, nervous and all of that. But on the, I think it was the second end, I shot one bad shot and it was a 9. And then I refocused and shot what I felt like was a good shot, but it was also a 9. And that was just a bit like, oh, okay. I don't know why that happened. I got a little bit frustrated and then I think I shot a third 9. And it was pretty much all over just from that.
No, this is probably done. A 9 will do it. A 10 will be even better. And Sara Lopez from Colombia, after a tricky start to the season, has fully recovered.
Of course, I'm happy and proud of everything I did last year, but it's 1 year and I want many, many more years. So for me, it's just the start. It's just a little bit in my journey.
Last year, these archers were the underdogs. Now they've graduated. New season, new opportunities. Who's ready to take the challenge?
We hope your appetite is now sufficiently whetted for the season ahead. The question now is, what will this year bring? Action begins with the first stage in Antalya this month, and we'll have live coverage of all the action from Turkey with preview content and the archery show live ahead of the finals on the Mediterranean coast. Stick with us for coverage throughout the season, and we hope you enjoyed the show.